Just like the weather, there's no single slick summary of the UK housing market, and whilst it may have reached 34 degrees outside Heathrow last week, just like the property market, it's cooled since, and of course what happened last Wednesday in the South East isn't really any help to people looking to buy or to sell today in Worcestershire, for example. Numbers published on Wednesday by the Taxman, HMRC, confirmed earlier newspaper reports quoting the Land Registry that sales have held up generally, but in London they've fallen, in some parts of the capital by as much as 30%. This applies to a particular portion of the market, and it's not necessarily a headline that will be recognised in other parts of the UK. Asking prices have cooled, according to the website Rightmove, for the first time since 2009, and mortgage lenders like the Halifax and Nationwide have seen house price inflation falling back, although these barometers don't include the 40% of sales that are now cash only or mortgage free. The government's preferred measure of house price, the ONS Land Registry Index, marks prices up month on month across the UK, still 5.6% higher than they were a year ago. But this masks the differences that are occurring on a local level. Average house prices in Northern Ireland, for example, are still just half what they were before the credit crunch a decade ago. House prices have risen in most parts of the country since 2009, according to Home Track, but the pace of inflation is now slowing. Rents are no longer rising in many parts of the UK and are actually falling in parts of London. Letting agents report increased numbers of rental properties coming onto the market. Rightmove recorded over 100,000 new listings last month alone. Buy-to-let, a significant part of both the sales and rentals market in recent years, is shrinking as tax changes start to bite. The new build sector is struggling at the top end as the predicted flood of overseas buyers failed to turn up. But the appetite for second homes remains despite changes introduced to transaction charges a year ago. In summary, there is a market. It's price sensitive, and there are signs that the heat of the past few years, in the South East in particular, is now cooling. It's 10 years since mortgage rates last rose, but there are signs that they may do so, perhaps as early as Christmas. But there are no signs yet that these effects will translate into a house price crash. But the market remains challenging for those looking to get onto the housing ladder, and for many people, selling is actually now harder than finding something suitable and affordable to buy.